What were you like in secondary school and were you entrepreneurial as a student?
Probably not so much in secondary school, to be honest. I was started maybe, oh no, do you know what I'm saying? I'm telling a lie, I did. I used to import stuff from China.
What's the best advice that you can give to a student that's looking to start a business at school?
Do something you enjoy. So if you don't enjoy it, you're not going to stick at it and you're not going to go through the tough times. Enjoy the good times.
Were you secondary students again now? What type of initiative would you look for and start?
I'd start off small and set up my own little DIY. I'd set up handy-andies.
Hello, my name is Richard Layton and I'm the Entrepreneur in Residence within the Brett Centre for Entrepreneurship, part of the University of Liverpool Management School. We're here this morning for another Kids Interview Entrepreneurs podcast that's part of the Enterprise Education in Secondary Schools programme. We're here in UTC, the studio in the Baltic Triangle with the Year 10s, Business Study GCSE students. Thanks as always to Mr. Kerry, Sector Skills Champion within the school, who not only supports us with the Kids Interview Entrepreneurs podcast, but with the Enterprise Education in Secondary Schools programme. Thanks also goes to Jay for producing and directing the podcast. Our entrepreneur this morning is Andy Owens of Bowden Builders, and pupils who will be interviewing the entrepreneur are Paddy and Ahmed, and I'll now hand it over to you to ask the questions.
What does Bowden Builders do and how long have you run the initiative?
So Bowden Builders is I didn't actually mean to set it up. So that's my company, AJ Owens Builders. I started as a handy Andy, and cause my name's Andy, so I was like, oh, handy Andy, and then someone told me that like if you called handy Andy, like people aren't really going to get you in to do like larger works. It's just like fixing a light or putting a blind up or something like that. So I was like, oh, do you know what? That's a fair point. So I changed it to my name, AJ Owens Builders, and then I bought a builder's yard in Garston, and I was trying to order stuff in bulk, and when I spoke to all like the company like Plasterboard, Speedfit, I'd speak to them and I'd say, how much is it to get a lorry load of plasterboard? And they were like, oh yeah, Sam, what's your merchant number? And I was like, I haven't got a merchant number, I'm AJ Owens Builders. And they said, oh, we can't sell to you because you're an end user, so it's not fair on the market for you to be buying stuff in bulk and using it, because you're cutting the middleman out and you're going to end up either making more money or you can undercut every other builder in Liverpool. And I was like, well, yeah, that's business, isn't it? But they have like a consortium together that the merchants, they won't, or the manufacturers and the dealers, they won't sell to direct to people. You've got to go through a merchant. It's like part of an agreement. So I was like, oh, I'm buying this yard, it's on Bowden Road. So I thought I'll call it Bowden Builders Merchants.
Yeah.
And I didn't realise in doing so that it had caused so much drama with all the neighbours who lived there, because they all thought B&Q was opening, when it was actually just my yard to store stuff. But that's how it got its name. And then I set a YouTube channel for just for my own views, to see the yard grow, because I bought it and it was just like derelict. So obviously we were redoing everything, putting a warehouse on it, and I thought, oh, it'll be good to show it. So I just started videoing it, putting it on YouTube, and we were getting like, 5 views, 10 views. And we started getting a few comments, and then some of the neighbours who were sort of against it started commenting on it, going, oh, look at you getting 10 views and stuff, 20 views, like just sack it off. And then now we've had millions of views now across YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and it's just sort of like snowballed. But that's over 2 years. So I've been filming work for 2 years, just what I do every day anyway, just started filming it and obviously editing it, putting it on YouTube. And then very quickly we got to, on YouTube, you get to 1,000 subscribers, and that's when you can monetize the channel, so you can choose to put adverts on it or not. So we chose to put adverts on, and we started obviously getting paid off YouTube, and I just seen it as like free money again. It was similar to like the views and stuff. It was like, you know, £10 a month, £20 a month, £50 a month, and now I think we're close to like nearly £400 a month, and it just keeps going up. And the beauty of like YouTube and social media is that, like, I've done a video, say episode 1, and we're now on episode 110, but someone might stumble on episode 110 and go, oh, this is good, and then they go back to episode 1 and watch it all the way through. So I get like comments on the YouTube from like a video I made 2 years ago, and I love them because I think, oh, someone's gone back and they're starting the journey of basically going on my journey over the last 2 years. But we, it's just gonna, long story, as you can probably tell. We had obviously we do property developments, and we got a house. One of the conditions of the house was that it came with a homeless fella. So there was a fella living in the house when we took it, and we were renovating it. So we said, oh, we'll give him a job, and obviously he can stay in it, and then obviously when it's done at the end, we move to the next house, he'll hopefully have found the house by then. And what we decided was the money we got off YouTube, we'd give to the homeless fella. So we wanted to try and build the YouTube up so that it had enough money each month that we could pay rent for a flat for him, or a bed share or something, so he wasn't, you know, living on our sites. So that's how it started. And then unfortunately, he passed away. And through the power of YouTube, we, obviously, if you were watching our episodes at the start, there's like everyone walking around in high vision, and it's just a homeless fella running around, like, and you're like, who's he? Like, what's he doing? Why is there like a bed there and stuff? So I'd done an episode on him, and it was like stuff I didn't realise he had in his life. He was like 64, and he had 3 kids that didn't even know about, and he hadn't seen them for 32 years. And we done this video, and his kids seen the video on YouTube, contacted me, and I set up a meet. And so after 32 years, his kids were living in South Wales. They come up from South Wales to meet the dad after 32 years. I went on a night out in Liverpool, and so yeah, you don't realise sort of how big social media is, and none of that would have happened if I didn't decide to change the name of my company to Bowden Builders.
What were you like in secondary school, and were you entrepreneurial as a student?
So secondary school, I was, I'd say I was on, my teachers would say I was always on the periphery of being in trouble. So like, I was always involved, but never like the main culprit. So I was never, I was always like sort of involved in stuff that I probably shouldn't have been doing. But I was academic, so all my family were teachers, so all maths teachers. So I was very academic. I'm the only one who's not a school teacher now. So my sister's a school teacher, my mum and dad were school teachers. But yeah, in terms of entrepreneurial, probably not so much in secondary school, to be honest. I started maybe, oh no, do you know what I'm saying? I'm telling a lie, I did. I used to import stuff from China. So obviously when I was younger, the in-brand was Lacoste. Yeah. So I used to buy like bulk orders from China. These like, obviously they were fake, but they'd come, and I knew they were fake because I remember packaging one once. So I'd buy them from China, they'd come, it was a gamble. I had to send the money on Western Union, which I don't know if anyone's heard of that. It's like you basically go to like a shop that says Western Union sign, and you give your money. So I give like 600 quid, and they say, you do realise like you send them this money, there's absolutely no guarantee that you're going to get this parcel. So like you send them the money and there's zero guarantee. It's not like PayPal or stuff now. And I was like, oh, you know, let's just see what happens. So spent all my money that I had, got these boxes over from China, and they come. I remember opening, it was like Christmas, opening these boxes, and there's like hundreds of these Lacoste polos. I remember getting that busy that I was like selling them on eBay, and like packaging them and sending them. And I remember pulled one out once, and the Lacoste logo was under the armpit. And I was thinking, oh, that's not right, is it? But I was just like, oh, just do it. sent it. And the guy messaged me and said, I think these are fake, but, you know, they were only 20 quid. He was like, oh, just forget about it. So yeah, I suppose it was. And then I started getting into cars then. So I was like buying cars in the auction and doing them up and then selling them, and then, yeah, started getting into building them.
Why did you decide to start Bowden Builders as opposed to another type of initiative?
Well, yeah, I've already explained that. I didn't really mean to start it. It's not like I woke up one morning and go, oh, I'm going to set up a charity and I'm going to try and get money off YouTube and, you know, make it. Yeah, it's weird thinking like when you look on YouTube, it shows you like your audience and where they live and how much they watch from. And the last time I looked at it, there was like 250 views from Uzbekistan. And I was like, you know, I never woke up one morning and go, I really need to get my audience to Uzbekistan and show people what we're doing in building. But yeah, I didn't mean to set it up, it just sort of like happened.
What could the school have done to encourage you or support you and others into entrepreneurship more?
Oh, it's hard. So obviously, as a business owner, I know sort of how hard it is for schools. Like, it's sort of dreamland to say that schools can do everything when they can't. I think entrepreneurship is sort of something that I think it's something that you either have or you don't, because I get lads in work and this industry, it's like sometimes it's like a revolving door for especially labourers and people come in and like within, you know, an hour of meeting them, I can tell whether they've got it or not.
Yeah.
And you can see the ones who sort of think outside the box and will do stuff, and then the other ones who just stand there and go, and you're like, do you need a job to do? And they're like, yeah, what do you want me to do? And I'm like, oh, brush the pile of dust up. And they'd be like, where is it? And I'd be like, you stood on it. So some people need like guidance, others just sort of take it on board and look for their own way of doing stuff. So I don't know, it's maybe in my industry it's less so, but I think it's just something that you sort of pick up and I don't know. Well, in answer to the main question is like, I think schools do enough already. It's hard to sort of ask them to do absolutely everything. At some point, you've got to sort of do it yourself.
Yeah.
What were your favourite subjects and what did you like best about school?
Favourite subjects were, I think, well, I don't know if it's the same now, generic, were like PE, DT. So I used to love DT, obviously making stuff. PE, obviously I used to play football professional from school, so I was always sort of athletic. And I did like maths, so anything where you're given a problem and you come up with the solution. And then science, so I went on to do a science and biology degree. So I probably should have said that first, shouldn't I? But yeah, anything that presents a problem and you come up with a solution, or anything that gives you that light bulb moment where you go, is that they're the subjects I enjoy.
What did you do before starting Bowden Builders? Did you work for anyone else or run any other initiatives, and what did you learn?
Well, I worked with other people from, I didn't mean to be a builder either. I used to play football professional, and the PFA, the Professional Footballers Association, so what they do is they take, say, 0.5% of your wage. Every professional pays into the PFA, and obviously if you're in the Prem earning millions a week, you'd be paying more in than someone like me who was in League 2, who was paying hardly anything. But what the PFA used to realise was that you can only play football till you're sort of 30. And then a lot of people were retiring at 30 due to an injury or something. And like overnight, they're then having to look for a normal job. And they're going from 2-3 grand a week to applying to McDonald's and not getting in. Because there's people applying to McDonald's who've got more work experience than them. Than, you know, their CV just says, played football for 20 years. It's like, it's not what McDonald's are looking for.
Yeah.
So the PFA used to put courses on for life after football, so I just used to do as many as I could, and that's how I got into sort of building. So I got qualified with the PFA, and then did like further studies for like electrics, plumbing. But yeah, obviously thanks to them, I bought a house and knew what I was doing. So I just started stripping it all out, doing the electrics, doing the plumbing, plasterboarding, skimming, doing the roof. And then I'd put it on my Facebook, and one of my mates messaged me and said, "Oh, I've seen you doing all these extensions. Any chance you could help me with one?" And I'd just started uni part-time. And I was like, yeah, go on, I'll build an extension while I'm in uni as well. I was playing footy. And I'd done that, and then someone else said, I need an extension, and then someone else, and then before you know it, I remember the moment when I woke up and I was thinking, like, I don't really want to go to work today. And I had like 10 staff who, if I didn't go to work, would all be like, what am I doing today? Like, where's the keys? So I was like, oh, like I woke up thinking I don't really want to go to work, and I was like sort of forced to go to work because I had 10 staff all relying on me to obviously pay their bills, the mortgage, feed the kids, and it's like that moment of going, how did this happen? It just sort of snowballed from one bit to another, and then next minute you look and go, I think I've got 15, I don't even know how many staff I've got doing it. I think I've got 15, 16.
What's the best advice that you can give to a student that's looking to start a business at school?
Do something you enjoy. So if you don't enjoy it, you're not going to stick at it, and you're not going to, you're not going to go through the tough times and enjoy the good times if it's something that you don't enjoy. I see you hear loads of people, like I'm in like WhatsApp groups with my mates who are in work, and they're like, oh, I can't wait for this day to finish. Whereas, like, I'm the opposite. Like, as soon as this finishes, I'll be like straight back and, playing with my digger, playing with a crane, and like, it's like, I'm like a grown-up adult, basically. So, if you enjoy it, you're more likely to carry on doing it, and be more likely to go out your way to do stuff like, to make it work.
Yeah. What are the plans for Bowden Builders in the future, and do you believe you'll set up any more innovations?
Do you know what, setting up more, I never wanted to set up a builders, I never wanted to set up a charity, I never wanted to set up like all the stuff I've got now, and I have, so I'd probably be stupid to say that I'm not going to set something else up, because I probably will. Yeah. But yeah, the plans for Bowden Builders are to just keep growing, keep posting, trying to get better and better at the content, and eventually get enough revenue from social media to go around and do free building work for as many people in Liverpool as we can. So we've set up the postcode lottery basically for free building work. So we spin a wheel and it's got I didn't realise there was 40 postcodes, so I agreed to do this, and then I realised there was 40 postcodes, and I was like, I've got to do 40 jobs now. So we spin the wheel and it lands on, the one it's on now is L1. So anyone from L1 sends a video in and says, what work they want doing. Could be a bit of plastering, it could be electrics, plumbing, because we do everything. It's literally like open, and then we look at them, and at the moment, because we haven't got that much money, I'm having to take out the people who've asked for a triple-storey wraparound extension and a new house, and that cost 200 grand. So I'll get rid of them, and then all the ones that we can do, I then put on social media and say, look, you pick which job we should do. And if we can do more than one, we will. And then we do that, and hopefully that will, in itself, snowball, and people will watch it, we'll get money off people watching it, and then we'll be able to do it more again and again and again. So that's the plan.
Did you go to sixth form and university after studying GCSEs, and how did that help you develop your entrepreneurial skills?
So I didn't go to sixth form. So when I was I played for Liverpool when I was 16. So as soon as I finished school, I went full-time football, and then as part of that, you do a BTEC. So probably like it's an equivalent. Do you still have BTECs? Yeah. You do. It's like a A-level equivalent. So I did that in. I think it was. Shows how useful it was. I can't remember what it was called. I think it was like sport and something else. But that then helped me get into university. So I went to Liverpool Hope University. I went part-time with football and went part-time with university. And yeah, now I'm a builder.
When you're secondary students again now, what type of initiative would you look for and start, and why?
If I was, I think I'd set up I'd start off small and set up my own little DIY. I'd set up handy Andy's. I'd do handy Andy's again, but film it all and obviously show the evolution of learning stuff. And people think that you shouldn't show mistakes and stuff. So if you're filming, when I first started, I used to film and go, oh my God, I've done that wrong. And I go, I can't show that video now because I'm going to look stupid. And whereas what I've found is that people enjoy the moment where you go, oh my God, I've done that wrong. And then the process of you trying to think, how do I fix it and whatever. So like the learning process is what I find people enjoy watching the most. Not just, oh, here's me building the wall, there's it done, look how amazing it is. People want to see a bit of a struggle and story. So yeah, I'd go back and do handy Andy's and show the evolution, yeah.
Awesome. So thanks ever so much for your time and attention today for another episode of the Kids Interview Entrepreneurs podcast. Thanks again to Mr. Carey, Sector Skills Champion within UTC, the studio within the Baltic Triangle. Thanks to the Year 10s GCSE Business Studies students. Thanks to Paddy and Ahmed for interviewing our entrepreneur, Andy Owens, today from Bowden Builders. Thanks to Jay for putting and producing the podcast together. Finally, thanks to Paul Brett for his support of the Brett Centre for Entrepreneurship, and also to Sir Peter Rigby for his generosity and support of the Enterprise Education in Secondary Schools programme. And we look forward to seeing you in the future in another episode. Take care for now.